Well, the Pakistani Army helicopter, meanwhile, is said to have airlifted a frostbitten Italian climber believed to be the last survivor of the country's worst climbing disaster. Marco Confortola was found following a climb on the world's second highest peak, K2, that resulted in the deaths of 11 people after an ice avalanche. Well, joining us now is seasoned climber Ronnie Muhl to give us some idea of just what those climbers went through. Good afternoon, Ronnie. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Good afternoon.
You've summited Mount Everest, and you're well aware with the conditions being experienced by mountaineers at high altitudes. Just talk us through what this group must have gone through.
It must have been an absolute nightmare for them. You know, to be having summited the mountain, the joy of that, and then to be descending. The descent is always the most difficult part of any big mountain. And then to be taken out by a massive icefall like that is very scary indeed. It must have been a real nightmare.
Are you surprised that mountaineers actually made it out of there alive?
I'm very surprised. You know, they were up above 8,000 meters. It's an area known as the death zone. Very hard to spend any time there. And my understanding is that some of them needed to spend the night, and some of those didn't make it down.
Well, what happens at 8,000 meters that an area becomes known as a death zone?
Essentially, your body is starting to consume itself. It's dying. A lot of the systems are shutting down. And you want to spend as little time there as possible.
Some life and death decisions needing to be made at that altitude. I mean, talk us through that sort of situation.
Well, I've been in that situation myself on Everest in 2006, where I was facing a decision of an oxygen mask that wasn't working well and a change in the weather, and had to make a critical decision, and that was to turn. It's never an easy situation, because you know you've invested time and money and a huge lot of infrastructure in terms of getting there, and often the summit push is what's happening in the last week or two of a mountain experience, and you've been on the mountain for probably 6 to 8 weeks, acclimatizing and getting yourself prepared for that. So you know, you want to make the best of it, and hard to turn at that point.
An ice avalanche, 11 mountaineers killed. Is it the expedition leader that takes ultimate responsibility, or in a situation like that, is it every man for himself?
I think their situation was particularly unfortunate in that they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think it would not have been the leader's responsibility at that point to... I don't think he could be, you know, taking any blame for that situation. A very unfortunate situation to be in that position.
Everest, of course, the highest mountain in the world, but many say that K2 is actually the most difficult to climb.
Very much so. It's known as the Savage Mountain, and definitely has that reputation of being the most difficult to climb.
Despite that, you're planning to go there?
We are indeed planning an expedition next year this time. It'll be the first South African expedition to K2, and yeah, so planning is underway. We're looking for sponsorship. We're looking for... we've got a team of 5 at this point, and plans are underway.
All right, well, good luck with it, Ronnie, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Professional climber Ronnie Muhl there.